All right, this is part two of our trim path animation tutorial. So we talked about in part one, we applied the trim paths and had this fun animation going here. So if we just kind of drag our playhead, we can see what's happening and super cool. Yeah. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to be working with an actual type layer to animate that. I'm going to show you how to animate type that you actually use the text tool to type into After Effects. All right. So what we want to do is with my animation, I'm going to just scrub my playhead here. I want my type to come in right around when this line bumps it. I want the type to start to come in and animate. And we can tweak that a little closer as well once we actually get the type on the screen. So let's go ahead and add type. At the top there, I'm going to click my horizontal type tool and I'm going to click and I'm going to add words here. I'm going to say company name. If you want to come up with a name for this company, that's totally okay with you or with me for you. There we go. And I'm just going to set this to where this is roughly centered of the logo. And one thing that I want to do as well is just kind of retrace my animation. Yeah, so right about there is when I want my animation to begin. So again, the type won't initially be on the screen, we'll bring it on the screen. I'm also going to go over to my color selector and I'm going to sample this lovely navy color and turn my type into that navy color. So I click the little, not that you have to do that, but you know, just so it looks like it goes more with the logo, I changed color of my type. And now we are actually ready to animate. So I'm going to expand my type tool there, not my type tool, but I'm going to expand my type layer. And then I'm going to hover over and click where it says animate there. And you got lots of different options. And under animate, I'm going to click scale. So animate scale. And I'm going to down here where it says scale, I'm going to break my chain. So I don't want these guys to be the same. So this is your X and this is your Y. So vertical, I'm going to set that to 0%. You notice my text disappeared. And then I want to expand my range selector there. And I'm going to add a start keyframe. And then I'm going to move my playhead just a little. And I'm going to change that back to 100. All right, so let's see what that looks like. Nice. Animates in. Cool. Okay, so now I'm actually going to do some advanced editing of this. So down at the bottom, under range selector, you'll see advanced. I'm going to open that up and I'm going to set, I'm not going to keyframe, but I'm just going to set the ease high and the ease low. And so that's just going to be a universal setting that's applied. All right, so I'm going to try that again, hit spacebar, see what happens. Nice, looks really smooth. And now I'm going to show you guys a super easy way to continue to add to this animation. So in your animator one, so your animator is what's controlling your motion for your type animation. You can actually duplicate these, and when you duplicate them, you can just manipulate the frames and get even more cooler effects. So I'm going to select my animator one. I'm going to go up to edit, and I'm going to go to duplicate, or you can hit Command D, either one. And that just copied the same animation. So I'm going to do a couple of things here. First of all, I'm going to open up my range selector so I can see my keyframes. I'm going to move these keyframes over a little bit. And then I'm also going to, in my range selector here, let's see, got this 56, starts, go down to scale. So I'm manipulating my scale again. I'll go, there we go. I'm going to set my scale to 120%. So I duplicated my animation, and they kind of should get a little bit like small to large. Yeah. So with that said, you can duplicate. So let's duplicate this one more time and take it back down to 100 and see what happens. So I'm going to, again, I've got animator 2 selected. I'm going to Command D, makes animator 3. Going to open that up there. And then I'm going to, a couple of things here. I want to move my keyframes over just a little bit so that I still have some motion happening in another location. And then I'm going to take this down back to 100. And now let's see what happens. And they kind of go up and down. Whee! So they basically get larger and then they go back to normal. So let's play that from the very beginning. I'm going to hit space bar. Nice. So that is just one way, one of many ways you can animate your type. And again, if you want more control over your typefaces themselves, I would definitely recommend just typing and typesetting in After Effects rather than just bringing in your AI file for your type. You can actually even just copy the type in from After Effects or from Illustrator, and it will keep your kerning, it will keep all of that awesome stuff. Okay, so that is basic text animation, and yeah, super simple. Everybody can do it. I got confidence in y'all. Nice little, there we go. Boom. So that is one option for type animation using the scale animator.